We're in Zermatt, Switzerland, starting off the day with another adventure, leaving our Hotel Butterfly right near the train station, and we're going to walk over to the Funicular that will take us up to the Sunnegga, a mountain high above Zermatt town. We'll ride a funicular up and then we're going to walk down. Reaching the funicular in a few minutes, we notice out front they have a big map showing the different routes and different locations up on the mountaintop. We'll be riding up this way in the underground funicular and then walking down the mountain. Notice how many other routes there are in the Zermatt area. It's huge. Just buy your tickets from the booth here, no reservations necessary. Then you walk through a tunnel for about 80 meters. It's quite a stretch here going into the mountain. Notice it's not crowded because we're here in the month of May, which is kind of the shoulder season. Very nice time to be here, not crowded at all. This funicular goes up through a tunnel in the mountain. You're never above ground. It's like a subway inside the mountain itself. It was opened in 1980. That only took 3 minutes and now we're out on the terrace. The sign shows you that from this one point there are many different trails that you can take. And there's a restaurant up here, of course, and a bar. You could just have a drink, have a meal, or just skip it as we're going to head right out and do some walking. And so we begin our descent. We figure this will take us about an hour and a half. It actually took about 2 hours, but it's all downhill and really quite easy and scenic. Right away there's a little lake called Lycée. In the summertime, people go swimming in this lake, but it's a little nippy here in the month of May, so we're just taking a look. And this is one of 5 lakes up here on the plateau. You could keep walking further uphill and see more of these lakes if you wished, but we are heading in the other direction, so we just stop and have a look down at the lake, beautiful reflections, and turn around and we keep on walking down. You have a choice of direction in walking down from Sunnegga to Zermatt. You can either go left or you can go right down each side of this ridge. In a separate episode, we'll take you on a walk down that right side so you can compare the two. Check it out on our YouTube channel. If you go to the left, that's to the south. It takes, say about an hour and 45 minutes. If you go to the right, that's on the north side. They say it takes about 2 hours. Well, in our case, we went to the left. Actually, if you went to the right, it's a little bit more of a forested trail winding through a slightly steeper hill. And if you go to the left, as we did, it's more of a gentle and straight slope, and we'll have some forest coming up, as you'll see, so you take your pick. This early part of the trail was reached within about 15 minutes, and it was so pleasant, quite level. You've got the rocky outcrops, you've got the hillside coming down with the grassy slopes and a few wildflowers, slightly above the tree line, and we're about to enter into the forest. It's a magnificent forest of larch trees, the typical forest cover of this part of Switzerland. A very hardy and durable wood that's used for construction as well as firewood. Getting into the characteristic zigzag cut of the trail, it's going steeper downhill, but still it's been planned so that the slope is very easy for anybody to cover. You do not have to be in any kind of special physical condition to make this hike. It's really quite easy. It's going to take you an hour and a half to 2 hours. It might help if you have a walking stick, especially when you're going downhill. Another trick when you're going downhill is don't try and put on the brakes. Just go with gravity, go with the flow, and let the hill carry you down. Some places, of course, get a little steeper, and there's some tricky rocks and dirt underfoot, so you got to be more careful. Sit down, take a break, take a rest. Take it easy. You're enjoying yourself here. You notice we're using some sticks that we found on the trail side to help stabilize ourselves as we walk down. You can always find the odd branch or two. So look around and grab one. It's part of the fun, and that will help you get down. Or on the other hand, if you're a more serious hiker, a regular on the trails, you want to have these poles, Nordic walking sticks. Local folks tend to walk uphill. They enjoy the exercise. It's easier to walk downhill.
You walk up.
With all the beautiful scenery and the lovely trees and the easy walk down, we find that the trail is beginning to level off. It looks like there's light at the end of the tunnel. We've almost arrived at the bottom. From this point, the trail is all quite level, especially compared to what we've just come down from up on the mountain. We are in the suburbs of the little village of Zermatt. There are houses developing. They're sprouting up like wildflowers here. This town is quite small, only about 6,000 population, but it's booming. It's growing quite rapidly because of the increase of tourism all the time. People want to come to Zermatt to enjoy these beautiful mountains all around. Notice you can stay in a house rather than in a hotel. There's a large number of these bed and breakfasts and rooms for rent. In the typical Swiss chalet, that might be a nice choice for the visitor. This house looked like it stepped right out of a postcard. It's so perfect with all those flowers and the wooden balconies and benches and planters and a beautiful lawn out front. The rustic chalet wooden architecture. There's the Gornergrat train coming down from the mountaintop. We've shown you that in a previous episode. Well, the town is booming. There really is construction everywhere. But don't worry, they're not going to ruin it. Zermatt will always be a village. It'll always have that small town charm. And they're just making it better. They're doing a great job with these modern expansions, more houses, a few more hotels, make more room for the visitors. Finally, we've arrived back in town. We're just a few minutes away from the main streets of the village. But even here you see there's open fields and wildflowers, especially in the month of May. It's the perfect time to visit for wildflowers and access to the trails. And then we are back in town, ready to start our next adventure. We have more movies about Zermatt and a lot more movies about the rest of Switzerland. So take a look at our YouTube channel on our website.